Hi, everyone. Welcome to CaringKind's first live stream. I'm Chris Doucette, the Director of Community Engagement for CaringKind. This is our very first live stream, so we're really excited to have this new opportunity to interact with all of our stakeholders in our community in a direct way, without brochures, without pamphlets, but just direct one-on-one or one-on-many and many-on-one conversations through comments and questions and interviews on the CaringKind live stream. If you're watching this on a rebroadcast, thank you. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube, Twitter, and CaringKind Facebook page, and check out this live stream on Wednesdays at 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. If you are watching this on a rebroadcast, this is Wednesday, September. This is Wednesday, July 29th at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're recording this in New York City. I am in my apartment in Queens. And we're really glad to have you here today. The purpose of this live stream is just like I said, we wanted to communicate directly with our community. It takes a lot of people to make an organization like CaringKind work. So every week, Wednesdays at 1 o'clock, I'm going to interview and have conversations with all of the people who make this organization work, from staff to board to volunteers to donors, sponsors, partners, donors. I said donors twice because that's just how important donors are to nonprofit organizations like CaringKind, especially during a time like this, during this global health pandemic. We need all the support that we can get. So thank you again so much for joining us on this live stream. This is a live stream, so this is the time for you to ask any questions you want of me or my guests that I have on this live stream. It's also a great opportunity for you to make comments. If you hear something that makes you that you want to comment on, this is how you do it. If you're watching this on Facebook, then just write a comment in under the video like you normally would on Facebook. Same thing with YouTube. If you see or hear something on our video that you want to comment on, just enter a comment under the YouTube video. And that's how it's going to work. Soon, hopefully, we will connect this live stream also on LinkedIn. But LinkedIn requires an application process first. I don't understand that, but that's what they do. So hopefully soon we'll also be multicasting, not only to Facebook and YouTube, but also to LinkedIn. Okay, so that's enough of the business. I have a great show for you today. Today we're going to be talking to CaringKind's brand new CEO, Eleonora Tornatore-Mikesh. And we'll also be talking to the Director of Helpline and Caregiver Services, Stephanie Aragon. And I'm going to close out the show with a conversation about the walk this year, which is, if you can see my t-shirt, I should hide my banner here. I can't get my face and my t-shirt in the same frame, so I'm going to have to work that out. Over the next coming weeks, we're going to be working out the kinks of this live stream. Maybe I can go vertical. I don't know. We'll see what happens. So we've got the CEO of CaringKind. We've got the Director of Helpline. And I'm going to close out the show with a conversation about how you can be involved in the walk, which is on Sunday, October 11th, 2020. So the timing is great for this first live stream because CaringKind just hired its new CEO. So without further ado, let me introduce you to Eleonora Tornatore-Mikesh. Hi, Eleonora.
Hi.
How are you?
Good.
We're on another video call together.
I know. So different these days, right?
It totally is. Why don't you start by telling us your story? Who are you? Where did you come from? Why did you come to CaringKind at this time? What's going on?
Yes. So kind of did full circle. I started actually at CaringKind when it was formerly the Alzheimer's Association almost 25 years ago. I was hired to work on a research grant there on culture change in nursing homes. And the CaringKind really kind of molded with all the amazing mentors there, Jed being one of them, molded my career in healthcare, which, for 25 years worked either as an operator of nursing facilities and assisted living facilities, and also then for 8 years, I was the former CEO for the Alzheimer's Association for the state of Connecticut. So as you can imagine, my passion is all things supporting families and Alzheimer's and wellness for our caregivers. So it's been really a lifelong career for me on so many levels.
Wow. And what originally brought you to CaringKind? I mean, something must have happened that you got introduced to Jed and you started your whole career at CaringKind. What happened there?
Just really through the research through the Department of Health. There was in a research associate position. And so I was doing research on culture change at that time, Tom Kitwood's work. And so postgraduate work, did about 2 years in the research world on trying to kind of evaluate how we begin to change cultures in residential communities. And so that really was intriguing. It was challenging. It's still challenging today. And so I like challenges. And so I was drawn to, as a gerontologist and thanatologist, I was drawn to really wanting to impact the way older adults are viewed, and also just making their lives better.
Great. Now you mentioned Jed Levine. Why don't you say a bit about Jed Levine? Because he is the Alzheimer's and dementia caregiving guy, not only in New York City but in the country, really. Talk to me about what role he's transitioning into and what's happening there.
So I am incredibly lucky that he's agreed to stay as a role of emeritus and external relations, as we have so much work at CaringKind to do today, even more than ever, as our constituents are not only dealing with their aging parents or spouse, with Alzheimer's and memory issues, but now they're also having to deal with COVID-related issues. And so to have someone like Jed, who has been a trailblazer and a mentor for so many people like myself, to have him be a part of this organization moving forward as we tackle certain projects and grants and initiatives to continue to impact change.
Yeah, that's great. And I think that Jed said that he might be a guest on the live stream next week. Yay! So I'm going to give people a chance to comment and thank him probably for all the work that he's done at CaringKind, although he's continuing to do that, right? So
he has not, although he is moved to part-time, I don't think he feels that he's part-time. This work never really ends, and we don't ever stop responding to emails. And so
right. They're mostly, I mean, I've sent him at least a dozen every day, so I'm keeping him busy. So that's a good way to lead into the future, right? What if this is a transition point for CaringKind? What does the future hold? What is your vision for where we're going?
So there's so many services, and I know we're going to be talking to a couple of people that are just stars at CaringKind, so the vision is that the work that CaringKind has done for the last 40 years has been an integral part of a lot of medical centers in Manhattan, and not only in Manhattan, but the templates that CaringKind has created have scaled out around the country. And so the vision is really right now, obviously, what do our caregivers need? And we're, in the middle of this new strategic planning session. And what we've learned is, a lot of wellness, right? A lot of wellness programs. And so, I think, there's not much that I would change to what CaringKind is doing, because it's done so well, and why it's been around for almost 40 years. I would say, I'm excited to, work with a lot more volunteers than, and I do remember when I started at that time, the same office, same location. I didn't know who was a volunteer and who was an employee, which kind of made it really special. Right. So, whether it was our helpline, consisted of social workers and retired nurses, or retired attorneys, or whether it was our staffers. And so that's what makes CaringKind so special, is that people are all in. and whether it's a celebrity that calls you and says, congratulations, we've got a lot of work to do, or whether it's a home health aide who is trying to make a difference on a much lower level and is amazing. The work that they're doing for that one individual is also at that same level. So you can't really, none are less or more important.
Right. Great. Yeah, that's good to hear. If you're just joining us now on Facebook Live or YouTube Live, I'm having a conversation with Eleonora Tornatore-Mikesh, a mouthful of a name, but I've gotten it right so far, which I'm excited about. And we're having a live conversation. So if you have any questions or comments about CaringKind, about Alzheimer's, dementia, what we've done, where we're going, please feel free to leave a comment in the Facebook comment box under the Facebook video, or under the YouTube video in the comment box there. In fact, Eleonora, we have one comment right now from the Happy Healthy Caregiver who says, "Congrats on your new role, Eleonora. Thanks for sharing your vision."
Oh, my pleasure, and I look forward to working with so many of you. Many have reached out to me already. It's a very large role, but I'm excited about it, and I'm excited to continue to really support family caregivers and professional caregivers as well. We just have so much work to do, and COVID hasn't slowed us down. We have modified the way we're working. In fact, some of our work has expanded and accelerated. And so the urgency continues, and our families, require more, not less. So, we're all in.
Can you talk like maybe one or two examples of what CaringKind is doing in response to COVID-19, from support groups to training and all that stuff? Yeah.
So although our support groups have gone virtual, we have social work supervision, which is amazing, and all our education programs, and we're really lucky to have several of the staffers that we have that have been with the organization double digits, which speaks volumes about an organization. Very few here have worked less than 10 years or less.
Yeah.
So it's just really, that part is inspiring. So they've really been an integral part of the growth of the organization. And so of course the helpline, what we've learned is that the calls have become more complicated, longer. And so our partnerships really have held true to this time, where our partners are just kind of doing more for us and really kind of reaching out and helping some of the difficult calls. Partners like NYPD and so many others. The other thing that I think there really is another organization that works on diversity. I started working on diversity a few years ago, and what CaringKind has done in the Latino community, African American outreach, our Chinese outreach in multiple different languages, is just so impressive. And those communities have been really hit hard with COVID. And to have some of our staffers have had, they're having live conversations with them while they're going through some difficult time. That high touch that they've been able to deliver is just, it's really inspiring. I often read the case notes that the social workers are sharing, and it reminds me that we are really in their lives in a very deep way. It's impressive, and all our services are free. And so that just keeps me wanting to do more and go bigger and help raise more funds, because, right now more than ever, they need us.
Right. And, I work in the fundraising capacity at CaringKind as well, not only community engagement, but outreach and all that kind of stuff. And so one of the reasons we started this live stream, and I'm hosting it, is to provide a platform to help, organizations and partners and corporations to have a platform to promote themselves and communicate what their goods and services are to our audience. So this is a direct shout out. So if you know of anyone who has a corporate or organizational capacity, who is interested in sponsorship, such as sponsoring this live stream, sponsoring our walk, just let us know. you can find my email on the YouTube and Facebook pages, or email me at cdoucette@cknyc.org. You can find me on the website. So Eleonora, we're gonna close this up in a few minutes, but before I do, if someone's watching this right now and they wanted to find a way to engage CaringKind, what would you recommend? Like if someone just wants to help, what would you tell them?
So I think a lot of times, even, volunteering their services, working with nonprofits, it's not just fundraising.
Mm-hmm.
And so I've had so many conversations with people that perhaps can't give, dollars right now, but they can give their time
mm-hmm.
and their expertise on different committees. And so, and I really I've learned from the best. I had a lot of amazing teachers in Connecticut while I was at the Alzheimer's Association, and the volunteers. I learned from the volunteers. And they were my teachers in terms of, they created magic.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say, get involved. You can become a volunteer virtually. We're doing lots of host parties virtually and tackling at some of these things. You don't have to go into the office to do that. We don't want to jeopardize anybody's health during this time, but reach out to organizations that are important to you. If you're interested in CaringKind, reach out to me, reach out to anyone on our helpline. But I would just say it's not just dollars. It's impact. And that's what grows an organization. So there was a quote, and I want to read it first, if I can, about
sure.
volunteers that just captures, and I'll end with this: is volunteers don't get paid not because they're worthless, but because they're priceless, and that is, truly, I think the essence of any good nonprofit organization. It's the ingredients is the volunteers. We're very lucky to have some amazing clinicians and staffers here. But I also whether it's our board of directors, which is very impressive, and our corporate leaders, but it's all of those volunteers that make us who we are.
Mm-hmm. And well, that is a lovely sentiment and a lovely note to end on. I'm excited about the future, despite the difficult situation we're in. And I'm so glad that you're here. So welcome to CaringKind, and thanks for being the first guest on the live stream.
Thank you.
It's exciting.
Thanks for having me.
And I will let you go. And Eleonora, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
I'll see you on a call tomorrow.
Okay. Take care.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.
And that was Eleonora Tornatore-Mikesh, and she's our new CEO. If you have any questions or comments for me or for Eleonora or anyone you see on this live stream, just put a comment there in the Facebook comment box or the YouTube comment box, and we will address it live as we progress. We will be multicasting to LinkedIn also one day, but our application hasn't been approved yet. So we're going to be on every platform we can. So this leads us to our next guest. Eleonora mentioned the importance of Helpline. This is our main number that people call when they first experience Alzheimer's and dementia diagnosis. They call our Helpline. And so that is right there on the bottom of your screen, 646-744-2979. I mean, sorry, 29. That's my phone number at the office. 646-744-2900 is the main helpline number. It's right there on your screen. I have to get this live stream, down right. And so let's introduce Stephanie right now. So Stephanie Aragon,
Hi.
Thank you so much for being here.
Hi, Chris. Thank you for having me. How are you? I'm
good. I'm still getting used to the live stream situation, and half the stuff I'm saying is wrong, but that's okay. That's it's a new era.
We're learning.
In a couple of weeks, it's going to be amazing. But you're amazing for being here. Thank you so much for being on this live stream. And one of the reasons why I wanted to have you as the director of Helpline and Caregiving Services as one of the first guests is because the helpline is really the first step that many people take on their Alzheimer's and dementia caregiving journey, right? When your family is affected by Alzheimer's, who do you call? People call you.
Yes.
And so I wanted you to be one of the first guests for that reason, because I want people to understand the work that you're doing and kind of meet you in person, because you're the one who's picking up the phone most of the time, right?
Yes,
So
I'm one of the people they're picking up the phones.
Yeah.
Or
great.
responding to emails.
So why don't you do that? Why don't you introduce yourself and just talk about what your role, who you are, and what your role is?
Sure. So like you said before, my name is Stephanie Aragon, and I am the Director of Helpline and Caregiving Services. I have been with CaringKind for 12 years. So when I started, the helpline was full of volunteers, but we've moved to professionalize the helpline. Now we have staffers. The helpline is really the heart of CaringKind. Our staff, they are dementia care experts. Our staff educates people on the stages of dementia and also on the local resources that is available to them. We have a great staff, and you know that, Chris. Our staff, not only do they support caregivers throughout their caregiving journey, but we empower caregivers to make those tough decisions regarding care. And that's what I'm most proud of, is that the great teamwork that we have.
That's great. And in fact, that was going to be one of my questions, which is what are you most proud of? But I agree, because when we were in the office every day, I saw the work that, from helpline staff to social work services to our trainers, the direct person-to-person work that we do has, and that they do more than I do, but that everyone does as a team. Is really remarkable. So thank you for that. I'm just curious. I think people would want to know, how many calls do you get a month, and what is your most common call?
So I'm going to answer that question not with calls, but with interactions. And why? Because now that our world has been turned upside down, and we're all working remotely. I know I believe you're working from Queens, right?
Yep.
I'm in Staten Island. Many caregivers are working from home, and they're working, alongside their kids or their spouses or other family members, and they just don't have that time to go and pick up the phone and call and speak freely, especially when the person with dementia might be right next to them. So we're seeing a lot more emails come in, and some of our staff, they're also using different platforms such as WeChat and WhatsApp. So getting back to your question regarding interactions, we're averaging about 600 interactions a month. And,
wow.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Yep.
And what is the most common call? Is it really just an introductory call? Like when someone calls you, what is the most common question you get? Like, what do I do? Where do I go?
So I think before the pandemic, the most common call was about what is CaringKind, right? So we would speak about our programs and services, and also educate callers about dementia. But now that caregivers are home, and now that the adult day program that the person with dementia is closed, now we're receiving more calls about activities, what to do to engage the person with dementia throughout the day.
Yeah. And
so that's one of our top.
Do you answer that question directly, or do you get that information from another CaringKind staff person, like social work service person or trainer?
So a lot of the trainers are helping, and they're taking helpline shifts. But one of the great things that we have done since working remotely is that we've put up a COVID section on our website. And that section lists activity videos that were recorded by some of our dementia care trainers. So the first thing I would do is encourage caregivers to visit our website and take a look at the activities. And if they need more assistance, give us a call or write us, speak with our dementia care experts. Let us help you one-on-one and come up with a unique activity for your situation.
Okay, that's great. So what I'm going to do right now is just show the people right now
Okay.
our COVID-19 resource page.
All right,
So so this is what that looks like. Is there anything you would have people pay attention to right now? Because right
I
now
would
it's
say the activity videos.
the activity videos. Let's scroll down and try and find those. 5 tips. Is this it right here?
No, I think it was on top. It was highlighted.
Oh,
Right
activity videos right here.
Activity videos right there.
Oh, interesting. Well, why don't we take a look at one?
Okay.
How about that? All right. This is live, right? So let's
Yep.
see what happens. Okay, let's before I do that, I need to adjust a setting here. So let me do this one more time. And then because I want people to be able to hear it because it's got sound. So at home activities, share. Okay, here we go. Let's play this and see what happens.
Hi, it's Nancy Henley from CaringKind, and I'm here today to talk to you about some kinds of activities that you might do with your person while you are all staying at home with this COVID disease. So please take these as suggestions. You're welcome to elaborate on them or make them more personal for yourself. And let us know what you think, how things go, what you found out, what suggestions you might have for us for the future so that we can share more information with you. Thank you so much. And thank you for taking care of people and taking care of yourself during this difficult time. So I'm back. I have my glue, and I really suggest you have a glue stick because it can be difficult for people with dementia to work with glue. But if you don't have a glue stick at home, like I don't have a glue stick at home, we use glue and a brush, and you can even use tape. So,
well, that's amazing.
Yeah, Nancy's really, really great. She has over 20 years experience with aging and dementia. And I would encourage people to take to take a look at her videos. One of the videos that I like is when she shows people how to get the person with dementia to wash their hands. She really uses unique techniques.
Okay, so she deserves an Emmy for that episode.
Yeah.
Is that what I'm hearing?
Yes.
That's
I nominate
awesome.
her.
Yeah, you nominated her. Okay, good. Do that. I would love to see an Emmy Award on her desk. So activity videos, and that's just one section of our COVID-19 resource page. There are a lot of other resources on there, so we encourage everyone to go to our website, which is caringkindnyc.org. Stephanie, we've got to go in a minute, but has anyone ever stumped you? Have you ever gotten a call where it just stopped you dead in your tracks and you said, I don't know what to do?
Yeah, well, actually, when I first started, I went out with Llewellyn Barkin, our former CEO, to a lunch and learn. And this is my first lunch and learn 12 years ago. My first question was from someone who was asking about children and dementia, so juvenile dementia. That was something I had no idea how to respond. So I think I just said, that is a great question. And when I got back to the office, everybody helped me to research that. And then, we gave them a call back.
Right. Well, it's always okay to say you don't know, right?
Yep.
It's always, that's my mantra. I say it like 3 times a day.
Yes.
So before we go, I'd like to give you just one chance to offer, if you were to offer advice to a person who is new to the Alzheimer's and dementia caregiving experience, what would your advice be?
I would say, you cannot do this alone. You cannot go through this caregiving journey alone. And please, please reach out to us. Call the helpline or email, whichever works for you, but reach out for support. We are here for you. We are here, to help you through your journey and to empower you.
Great. That is a wonderful note. That's a wonderful note to end on. Stephanie Aragon, Director of Helpline and Caregiver Services. Thank you so much for being on the very first live stream for CaringKind.
Thank you, Chris, for having me. I hope
Okay.
to see you soon, okay?
Absolutely. Take care. See you. Be safe. Bye. That was Stephanie Aragon. She's lovely. So if you call the helpline, you will absolutely get a very friendly person on the other end of that phone. So those are my two guests for the day, but I'm going to bring Eleonora back because we did want to introduce you to a new program at CaringKind called Caregiver Champions. So if you're just tuning in right now, hi, I'm Chris Doucette. I'm the Director of Community Engagement for CaringKind. We're doing a live stream. It's a weekly live stream, 1 p.m. on Facebook and YouTube. So if you have any comments or questions, feel free to hit that comment box with your questions or comments. For example, Cruches25 just sent us an emoji that said good vibes. And I think that was probably for Stephanie Aragon. She definitely has some good vibes. And I wish Stephanie, she had seen this, but Stephanie, Kat Fuerza said, thanks to Stephanie and her team for all that they do. Kat, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for the compliment. I'm sure Stephanie and her team will really appreciate that. So let's bring back Eleonora one more time to talk about the Caregiver Champions program. Hi there.
Hi.
I liked you so much. I'm sorry?
That was wonderful.
Oh, yeah, Stephanie is amazing.
Stephanie did a good job.
Yeah, she's talented, that one. So why don't we do the same thing, share a screen? You wanted to talk about Caregiver Champions, which is a new program at CaringKind. And why don't we introduce it? And as you talk, I'll show the website.
Yeah, so I can't take credit for this program. Dan Gatsby, B. Smith's former the belated B. Smith husband, and I talked about. He mentions in a lot of his lectures, it's sort of the club you don't want to be a part of, but the society that you need to know. And so we talked about putting together a sort of a society club of caregivers, both professional and family caregivers. And it was just fitting during this time where people could share their stories and their beautiful black and white photos and connecting people to people.
Right.
So Caregiver Champions is an opportunity for some family members to meet other family members. So it becomes sort of an extended support group. And then professionals connecting with professionals. And so it's I think you actually used the word society, which I love.
Yeah.
I remember, and again, shout out to Dan Gatsby for talking about the sort of club of sorts, and it really is. And so I encourage people, if there's some individual out there or many individuals out there that are doing either professional caregiving or and you want to recognize them, nominate them. Or if there are family caregivers that you want to engage to get to know other folks that are dealing with their journey, this is a wonderful way of getting to know those folks. And I believe the first 100 are going to be featured in our August newsletter, which reaches, I think, 100,000, Chris?
It's almost that, yeah. So why don't we introduce people to the Champions program just so that they can see what it looks like? Of course, to get to this website, just go to caringkindnyc.org/champions. And this is that page. It might be hard to read, so that's why I explained what it is. And like Eleonora, like you said, it's kind of a society, right? Whereas the Walk is kind of a competition-based fundraising strategy. Your idea to bring people together, I think, is a good one. And this is really, and that's what that's about. It's about bringing people together. And let's just scroll down and look what this society is. So we've got 4 leaders of this new program, and it's the class of 2021, right? So these are caregiver champions from July 1st, 2020, all the way through June 30th, 2021, and we're calling it the class of 2021. And so this is what it looks like. So if you want to become a caregiver champion, and we just launched this program like last week. So these are the first group of folks who have agreed to be champions. And they're in the Jen Camper is our graphic designer, and she just did a beautiful job designing these portraits. And of course, if you click on the leadership, a little bio comes up for our leaders, like Liz Hamburg. Liz is the founder of Can Do Tech, providing in-person and remote tech support and training for older adults to keep them safe, independent, and connected. And of course, and we've got all of these, and we'll talk about other leaders in another video. But I think it looks great, and I think people will be really excited to get together in one place when we can get back together again.
Yeah, and I think again, the dream of gathering is a dream right now because we don't know when that will be a reality. But hosting a breakfast or lunch with this group is exciting to me. And then of course bringing some of our celebrity speakers to their world is exciting to just kind of empower them a little bit more, because it is a struggle, it is a journey. And so I'm excited for that when we can safely do that. But for now, the collages and these photos will also be displayed in our office, our beautiful office that we're able to utilize right now.
Right.
So that all of the folks that are being trained and the professionals that are come to the office will also get to see these wonderful portraits.
Great. So if you or anyone you know, if you would like to be a caregiver champion, you can just go to our website, CaringKindNYC.org/champions, or send me an email. And do I have it? Yeah, there you go. CDoucette@CKNYC.org. And if you want to become a champion, let me know. Or you can just send an email through the Champions website. And if you know someone who would be honored to be a part of this honor wall that we have on our website and have their portrait redone in this beautiful black and white way, then nominate someone. Just email me, cdoucette@cknyc.org, and send me their name and email address, and we'll reach out and send them an invitation to join the Champions program. Eleonora, anything else that you want to say about this program?
No, I just if you weren't able to watch this live stream, because I know obviously some people are working or are on vacation in a virtual way. If you can share the video. So I believe I did that through my own personal page, and I got definitely some questions. So that outreach would be really helpful. So.
Great. Yes. Anyone, a lot of people are, some people are having a financially difficult time during this year. And so sometimes people say, I can't afford to donate right now. And I always say, you can amplify our message on social media. Right. Every retweet helps, every share, like, and comment. It helps us expand our reach so that we appear in other people's timelines on LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, everywhere you see us. You can amplify for free.
Correct.
But we hope you become a champion.
Yes.
All right. Eleonora, thank you so much again.
Thank you. This was fun. Thanks again for inviting me. Take care.
Of course. Thank you. She's the boss. Of course, I'm going to invite her to the first live stream. So that's our show for today, guys. We're going a little bit long. So just really briefly, I will make a quick pitch for the walk. Our walk this year is Sunday, October 11th, 2020. We are doing a walk this year. It's going to be a mix. A mix of virtual and in real life. And here's how it's going to go. I'm going to pull up the page right now, and I'm going to share my screen so that you can see it. Okay, here we go. Oops, Chrome walk. There we go. All right, here we go. So this is our walk page, and there's going to be a walk this year. I'm going to see if I can do it half and half for now. Let's see. There we go. I like this one. I like this view. So our walk is, like I said, October 11th, 2020. We are going to, the day is, but as you know, because of COVID-19, we can't all congregate in one spot this year. So we're going to do a hybrid walk where we're going to start our day in the virtual space, just like this. And then we're going to ask you to go into the real world in your neighborhoods, your communities throughout New York City or wherever you are, wear your orange walk shirt, and proudly wear your walk shirt around your neighborhood, And who knows, maybe you'll run into a neighbor who's also walking on behalf of families affected by Alzheimer's and dementia. If you meet someone in your neighborhood, please stop, introduce yourselves, get to know each other. Because this is our theme this year is caregiving and community. And this is all about, CaringKind is all about building community, okay? And then after your walk, you can come home, have lunch, have some water, and then log back into our website. And we've got a lot of great live streaming and video programs for you, including a COVID-19 and caregiving panel, and that's the serious one. And the fun one is a David Hyde Pierce and Friends. It's going to be a concert of some of your favorite Broadway celebrities singing their favorite songs to thank you for being a part of such a great event. So really quickly, I'm going to show you this. Website. So when you go onto the Walk website, you just scroll down here and you can become a fundraiser. I'm going to tell you some. That's how you can register for the Walk, and it automatically creates a fundraising page for you. But and then you can learn more about the Walk. I don't know if you can see it; it might be too small. But a description of the Walk and our schedule of the day is all right here, so you can know exactly what you're doing. When you click Become a Fundraiser, a little box pops up. You can register as an individual, which will give you a fundraising page, or you can join a team that already exists. So maybe you know that your friend has a team, and you want to join that team with your fundraising page. Or maybe you want to be the team captain and create your own team. And creating a team means that you're going to have a fundraising page, and your team members are each going to have their fundraising page, and they're all going to fundraise together in support of the one major team total. So that's the description. But if you're just registering yourself and you're just going to solicit donations just for yourself, I recommend that you just select this as an individual, this first one, because that's all you need. You just need to register and create one single fundraising page for yourself. That's all you need. All right? So that's the Walk. We'll talk about that more when we've got more time, but we're just coming up on 45 minutes. Again, if you have any questions or comments, the time, you only got about 10 seconds left to make one. So until then, please, if you are watching this video as a rebroadcast on YouTube or Facebook, please share it. Let people know that this exists. And if you want to interact with us live in the future, please join us every Wednesday at 1 o'clock for this live stream. We're going to have different guests every week, staff, board, volunteers, donors, partners, sponsors, or Spartners, I think I called them last time I did this, in the test broadcast I did. So I invented a new word. So thank you all. Thank you to Eleonora. Thank you to Stephanie. Thank you to you for watching and interacting with us, asking your questions and offering your kind words. We will see you next Wednesday at 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time on Facebook and YouTube. Thank you very much, everybody. Take care, everyone.